Chicken thighs should be easy, but most people are still overcooking them. They're adding way too many ingredients, too many marinades, and literally we are just trying to get back to the basics here. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to cook chicken perfectly with a crispy skin every single time. This is skin on chicken thighs. They're the easiest to get right. Breasts are a little bit more tricky. Chicken thighs, you can be slightly over in temperature. They're still gonna be delicious, but I'm gonna show you how to render out some of the fat in the chicken thigh on the skin and get it super, super crispy. Light drizzling of some neutral oil. I use avocado oil. I'm gonna do some salt and some pepper. Just gonna kind of rub that in. And this is gonna go into a cold pan. That is the secret. I'm telling you, you want the chicken to come up to temperature with the pan. It's gonna help render that skin slowly without putting it into a hot pan and burn it quickly. I'm gonna get this on a medium low and keep it on a medium low. Wash your hands really good. Nobody wants salmonella. It's a funny word. It's like trichinosis. Like, it's not even real. I've never met anybody in my entire life that's gotten trichinosis from eating raw pork, but you know, here we are. I'm gonna season this backside, a little bit of salt. Hear that sizzle? A little bit of pepper. And you can season this however you want, whatever flavors you like. I'm gonna keep it simple for the purpose of this video. If I were doing this personally at home, I'd hit it with maybe some garlic powder, some onion powder, paprika maybe, some Mediterranean flavors. The one thing I will say is leave the skin plain. Leave it just with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna treat this chicken almost like a fish, where we cook it, in the chef world we call it 90-10 or 80-20, where basically I'm gonna cook this entire chicken on one side for 80% of the time, and I'm only gonna flip it to kiss the backside. So I'm gonna cook this chicken pretty much from start to finish on the crispy skin side. And if you're adding all those different flavors, you run the risk of burning those things, right? Like things like paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, those things are gonna burn quickly in that pan, and then you're gonna have kind of a bitter taste that you're not gonna want. So I think just leaving it plain on the skin side, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we can season the underside, like the actual meat side, with the flavors that you want. Again, we're just controlling the heat in the pan. That's all we're doing here. Leaving it on a medium low, and we're gonna let that render out slowly. And slow is always better. It's just about knowing how to heat up the pan properly, basically how to temper the pan on and off from the heat. That's what's gonna give you the results. And again, when I'm checking the underside of the chicken, I'm not flipping it over to look, I'm getting low and just peering under there, right? If you're doing a stainless steel pan, the stainless steel pan is gonna make the chicken stick and it's gonna be hard to move, but once that fat renders out, it'll release the chicken naturally. Probably same thing goes for cast iron. Yeah, we're getting some nice color on it now. And again, this method's foolproof. I'm a dad, I'm living a busy life. Like, I don't have time. I don't really know what I'm making the day before, right? I'm just trying to get dinner on the table. I'm trying to get my kids fed. So this is a technique that I've picked up on, where instead of just leaving it to dry brine in the fridge, I am starting with a cold pan and I'm gonna render it slowly. Why'd the chicken cross the road? Because dad jokes. Dad jokes. I'll just show you quickly. See, we're getting some nice rendering now. We're starting to get some browning, the Maillard reaction, and then the fat's getting bubbly and crispy. That's exactly what we want, but we're doing it low and slow. And then if you're also looking here on the chicken, it's starting to get a little bit white. That means we are cooking the chicken through. The heat is being distributed through the chicken, and we're gonna achieve some amazing chicken just by leaving it on one side. You know what I actually hate though? Is chicken breast. Just because, like, cooking it is impossible. It's either like super underdone or way overcooked. Hard to get the temperature right. It's like weird and grainy. I like chicken thigh, a lot more tender, juicy, foolproof, way easier to cook. Come on, that's it. Maybe that took what, 6 minutes of rendering? We'll cook it another maybe a minute, minute and a half on this other side just to cook that chicken through. And it's gonna be perfect. Super tender, super juicy. Back to the basics, people. Back to the basics. You can even get some butter in here and butter baste it. Ooh, that'd be good. Garlic, shallots, aromatics, thyme, rosemary, whatever you like. I'll get something to rest this on. We're basically there. That was about a minute on that side. I'm gonna turn down that heat. Let's make a really quick pan sauce, because again, like the fond in that, I would hate to see that go to waste. Never be wasting fond. So I always got some homemade chicken stock. And we're gonna deglaze with some homemade chicken stock. Look at that, all those kind of like little fondy bits from the chicken, just pick right up. We're gonna reduce that down. I used to work at this restaurant, and it was kind of an ongoing joke between me and my other line cook. It would be like, oh, you know, what is the chef gonna pair his chicken with today, right? That, oh, I bet you know he's gonna pair his chicken with white wine, chicken stock, and butter. It was always white wine, chicken stock and butter. That has been ingrained in my head, like making a pan sauce from your chicken. Like you take some of your chicken fond from the pan, you're deglazing with a white wine, you're reducing that down, then you're adding a chicken stock, reducing that down, and you're killing the heat and finishing it with butter. That is 99% of pan sauces or chicken sauces that you see on most restaurant menus, is those three things right there. I've omitted the white wine today. If you wanted that acid, but you don't drink, you could use like a sherry vinegar or maybe a combination of like a distilled vinegar and water. That's reduced down pretty much to nothing. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lemon juice. That was another ingredient he always used. Completely turn the heat off and finish with just some cold unsalted butter, just to kind of make that nice and glossy. At this point, you'll wanna taste it for seasoning, but I know we did add a lot of salt to the chicken and the skin and the underside, so I know that this is seasoned pretty well, but it's always a good time to check. Oh yeah, salty, lemony, deliciousness. Moment of truth. Let's see how we did. Good rule of thumb is like, you know, as long as you cook something, you want to rest it for about 2/3 the time, or if you're unsure, about the same amount of time as you cooked it for, just so it locks in that juices. Juices are flavor, right? So if you were to cut into something like this without letting it rest, like a protein, all those juices are going to escape. Look at that. We got a nice browning on the underside. From leaving it on that one side, it's basically cooked all the way through. I'll put this right in the middle. You hear that cracky skin, and look at that. Look how juicy that is. Right? Like, I'll cut myself a little piece here. Sauce, just kind of just right over top of that. Oh yeah. That is some of the best chicken I've ever tasted, and I would make this again and 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 again. And you should too. If you like meat, steak, meat, click this video.